Hey, welcome back to Life's a Bag, or welcome if this is your first time. Please do like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell because it does help my little baby channel grow. So today I wanted to do something a little bit different. A lot of the different YouTubers and so forth kind of start these little chain games, if you will. And I had an idea that I wanted to do to start one. So the little chain game tagging video that I'm going to do is taking some of my favorite YouTubers and in the bag community, in the luxury community, and assign them to a designer, like who I think that they, represent, vice versa. And I'll give a little bit of my reason. So the list that I have are people who I've, enjoyed watching. Honestly, I've been watching for years before I ever even had YouTube or Instagram or anything like that. I kind of lurked in the shadows a little bit because if you are a handbag enthusiast or hobbyist or whatever, word you might want to use, you probably have experienced in some way some kind of judgment or pushback by people in your life who are not into the same thing as you, which is a topic for a whole nother video. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and do my list. And there's like a pretty decent chance I'm going to mispronounce a name of a brand. So please forgive me. Because frankly, if I didn't do the video, I would obsess over getting every single thing right, and it would probably never happen. So, all right, let's go. I went in order of who's been on YouTube the longest, and the way that I did that was I went to their channels, and which I will link all of them in the description box, or attempt to anyway. You'll be able to find them with what I give you. And I went and clicked on their oldest. So it was whoever had, the oldest video that they had that's available for viewing. So the first one would be, and I'm going to put like a picture of them or something up here. The first one would be JerushaCouture. Her oldest video was from December of 2010. And Jerusha, I am connecting to Prada. She's a little bit, she's a little bit relaxed. Like Prada's, known for their nylon. But they are a luxury brand. And, we shouldn't sleep on nylon either because it's, pretty hard wearing. So you're going to get good use and time out of it. But, and it's kind of got a little bit of a, kind of rock and roll type of vibe. So, and I remember her opening a Prada little pouch bag, kind of like a pochette accessoire. And it was just the cutest thing. Anyway, so Jerusha is Prada. Next would be Minx for All. And her oldest video was from February of 2014. So she's celebrating, in theory, a YouTube birthday this month. And so for her, I'm going to assign Gucci. Because it's a little bit busy, and if you watch any of her videos, she is animated, larger than life. And she also just not too long ago got a vintage Gucci horsebit bag, which was such a vibe for the age group who remembers those. And so Minks for All is Gucci. Next, we have Mother, which is none other than CassieThorpe. And Cassie's oldest video was August of 2016. And for Cassie, I'm going to assign her to Versace. And there are a couple different reasons for that. One, that was her oldest video. It was a What's in My Bag on a beautiful all black Versace bag. And also when you think about Versace, you think about, you know, the gold and the opulence, and it's kind of loud. And that is Cassie in a nutshell for me. She is, you know, opulent, just bougie as all get out. And she, you know, she doesn't care. She's like, hey, I'm here. And I love that. So Cassie is Versace. Next would be Megan from lvluxdelight, I think. And her oldest video was from May of 2018. And I've assigned her Jacquemus. And the reason why is because recently Jacquemus announced his first ever brand ambassador, and it was his grandma. And Megan is very kind of faith-based in her message. And when I think about faith, I think about family and things like that. And so I feel like Jacquemus deserves, you know, a plug for such an a beautiful move, you know, in terms of having grandma be the brand ambassador. And so Megan is Jacquemus. Next would be Steph from Handbagholic. And her oldest video is from July of 2018. And Steph would have to be Bottega in a couple of different ways. One, if you watch her videos, she loves Bottega Veneta bags. And I think it's endearing. And I love, you know, her reviews on those bags. Also, a little bit relaxed, a little bit refined. It just kind of was a no-brainer for me for that one. So Steph is Bottega Veneta. Next is none other than WinnieBeeLV. And her oldest video was from September of 2019. Now, I'll tell you, Winnie was kind of a hard one for me because to know and to watch Winnie is to love Winnie. But you could not just put your finger on her essence, you know, super easily. And also, there are a lot of people that could be named all the different ones, but I was trying to think really hard outside the box and give everybody a unique brand. So for Winnie, I ended up going with Chloe. And the reason why I went with Chloe is because it is luxury, it is bougie, but it's also slightly relaxed too. And Winnie is big into sneakers and also luxury bags. And so for whatever reason, I just kind of connected Winnie and Chloe. Then next is Dale from UndonebyDayle, I think is the new name. And Dale's oldest video was from April 2020. And when I think of Dale, this one was also a no-brainer. And I'm not sure that I even recall her having any of these bags in her collection. But I chose Dior for Dale because when I watch her videos, I just think of like a princess in the countryside. She's got a lot of pastels, a lot of, flowy pieces, and just kind of a regality to her. And when I think of Dior, it's, romantic and soft and elevated. And so for that reason, Dale is Dior. Next is Amelia from Amelia Rose's Closet. And her oldest video was from May of 2020. And when I thought about Amelia, she's just incredibly, amazingly bold and fabulous. And so when I think of Amelia, I think of Schiaparelli. That one I may be pronouncing wrong, but it's luxury, but it's gaudy, but it's interesting, and it's thought-provoking, and it's, visually appealing also, and so Amelia is Schiaparelli. Next is Sabrina from The Hopeful Minimalist, and her oldest video was from October of 2021. And when I think of Sabrina, I think of Melody, is it Cecile from Dress Up Your Purse, maybe? Anyway, she frequently, shows a lot of their bags, and a lot of their bags offer structure and refinement. And so while sticking with the luxury theme, it made only the most amount of sense that Sabrina would be Celine, because Celine is refined, structured, beautifully made, and so Sabrina is Celine. Next is Candy from candissweetloveforlv. And her oldest video is from November of 2021. Candy is Louis Vuitton. Now, Candy partially gets Louis Vuitton because Candy also has a very successful, very fun, I might add, resale business on Instagram and on YouTube. And so, and I mean, I think she's bought every single bag almost from every release. So Candy is Louis Vuitton. Next is LulaWestLuxe, and her oldest video is from February 2022. So Lula is also having a YouTube birthday this month. And when I think about Lula, she is so very thoughtful in her delivery, in the message that she puts out for her YouTube channel, and the way that she, thinks about bags and finds bags. And not too long ago, she made a video pointing out 3 luxury brands that kind of fly under the radar because of, media and press and whatnot. And so Lula is L'Étrange because it's a beautifully made bag. It is very luxurious. And the handle is kind of molded, for the hand. And so there's thoughtful, intent behind the creation of it, and very refined. And so LulaWestLuxe is L'Étrange. Next is Meredith. from Living Lux with Meredith, and Meredith's oldest video is from May of 2022. She is going to be Lepage, and I think she mentioned them in a video, and I had never heard of them before. And so, you know, it would be easy to give Meredith Hermes. But frankly, at this point, I mean, not only has she played the Hermes game, she won the whole game. And so she is past Hermes at this point. And so I wanted to give her a different heritage brand, that probably could use maybe a little bit, at least in terms of us, the general viewing public, a little bit of a boost. And so Meredith is Lepage. Next would be Deb from Wildunfiltered. And Deb's oldest video is from July 2022. Deb was another easy one for me because she loves to wear all black. She loves black bags. And she's got that fabulous drawing behind her of George Michael. And so when I think of Deb, I think of Valentino. Because of the rock stud, and you know, it just gives such a rock and roll vibe, and I feel like Deb is Valentino. Next would be Mandy from Just One More Bag, and her oldest video was from August of 2025, so she's kind of new to YouTube as well. And when I think of Mandy, I think of, you know, also kind of a refinement of a structure, but also beautifully made. And so for that, I think Mandy is Delvaux. And then next would be Melissa from TheRightHandbag. And her oldest video is also from August of 2025. And this one, I'm going to go just off beat just a little bit, because Melissa is Marc Jacobs. And Marc Jacobs is not, you know, at the level as some of these other luxury designer brands. However, Marc Jacobs is in fact a luxury brand, and they recently came out with a tote bag that had, you know, pink ribbons and ballet slippers, and it was just pink everywhere. This beautiful soft pink. And to know Melissa is to know that she loves pink. So Melissa is Marc Jacobs. And finally, I'm going to give a shout out to Mrs. AMJ, who goes by APolishedApproach on Instagram. Her oldest video was just last month, January of 2026. And she is going to get Hermes because her collection of Hermes is beautiful. And she has the 2121 bag, which I absolutely love and is such a fun take on that bag style. And so Mrs. AMJ is Hermes. I hope that you guys enjoyed this fun little tag game. If you were tagged in this video, I hope that you'll continue it. You found it fun, and you continue to tag your friends in the YouTube community. and have a little fun with it. And thanks for being here. I'm so glad you're here. Please do like, subscribe, hit the little notification bell. It does help me tremendously. I want to know, what are your thoughts on the designers that I, assigned to the YouTubers, and who you would pick. Thanks again. Take care.